So good afternoon, YouTube, or good day. Uh, a lot to go over that happened today. I did actually do a video on my way home. I was so stoked. I was like screaming at the camera. But the video didn't turn out very well the way that I was driving. I was driving into the sun most of the time and you couldn't see anything. So I'm home now. I got the kids all settled. So let's go over what happened at the appointment this morning. You'll notice that my bottom denture, I'm working to kind of hold it in a little bit. You might see it pop every once in a while. So first off, when I went back in, he did remember me. He had talked to the lab tech, and I guess for the second set around, he didn't want to deal with her. I don't know if that was me or the dentist that I had, but that was straight up what was said to the nurse. Oh yeah, I remember that. He sent them out. He didn't want to deal with her. And I'm thinking, fuck, right? Like, so I discussed with him the amount of money that I had. I wanted to do the soft line and then we would do the resetting of the teeth. We could discuss price and that way I would be able to, save up and do that because I don't have insurance that kicks in until April. I was very upfront with him about like financially where I'm at, what I need, what I can afford. So he came up with an idea where he actually ground down because one of the problems was they were meeting in the back. The teeth were too big. So he ground down the back teeth. I have something amazing to show you guys right now. I'm so stoked to be able to do this. The gap is not nearly as big, and I've got spots where I can tear my food now. Like he did that today. The bite is sitting good. See? Sitting up and kind of under. My teeth are all lining up. I feel like I've got less in my mouth. He actually thinned out up here for me so that I can. All I'm seeing is dollar signs the entire time I'm in there. All the work that he's doing because he came in like at least 4 or 5 times to make sure that he was great because you can only do just a tiny bit at a time because he was trying to make it so that he did like one tooth at a time. So he started with the very backs. He came in, he dyed them, like put these little dye things in my mouth so that I could bite down on them and he could see where they were touching first. Right till he got the dye up into here. And you can't see it now, it's gone, he cleaned it. But yeah, the dye was like right up into here. And then these sat nicely and everything feels so good on the back. It's not, my bone shard isn't bothering me at all. I'm probably going to have to use a little adhesive when I work tomorrow on the bottom. The top is great. I cannot complain about the top. It's in there. It's good. Like, it's just getting used to not wearing the adhesive now, right? Because I've been so long with it. But the bottoms, we were talking about that today. I am eventually going to get that consultation. He says he figures probably 2 posts. Like my gums apparently are in good enough condition. I just need some more healing and 2 posts will probably do it, which is fantastic because I was so worried I was going to need all 4. So the permanent on the bottom is, or the implant on the bottom, I think is the way that I'm going to go. Anyway, so I get in there and he does, my cat, sorry, he likes bothering me when I'm doing stuff. So I get in there and he does that and like he knew I was on a budget. He knew that I only had so much I could spend. So they get to the soft line. He couldn't get the top out. It suctioned so good to the top of my mouth. I was so happy about that because it's been a long time since I've had decent suction. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can feel it. My mouth feels so much better and I can pronunciate so much better now. I don't know what he did in there, but he like shaved some stuff and lined some stuff and like, so we get to the end of the appointment and he's cleaning up the remainder of the soft line and I'm waiting to find out what I'm going to be charged. And he says to me today, don't worry about it. We're not going to charge you anything. It's not your fault that you're in this position. I almost started crying in the office. I probably would had I not taken my medication this morning, but it was nice to know that because it came out of their office, they communicated after he saw it the first time to kind of understand what was happening. He knows now that they were sent out. They were not done in the house. These are somebody else's work. So I'm so much happier that he didn't charge me for it. I mean, granted, I was ready to pay, not for any of this other stuff. I told him I couldn't afford that. But I was ready to pay for the soft line, and he was really good. He did probably, I'm going to say, just over an hour's worth of work. I was a few minutes late getting there, and that's not like me. I hate being late, but traffic in Edmonton and at 8 a.m. is just insane, especially when you're trying to get downtown, which is weird because they've got so many other routes now, you'd think. Anyway, not that that matters to most of you. So yeah, like he did just over an hour and didn't charge me a dime. So, I mean, I'm ready anytime now to pay. And like he has gone for somebody else's work, I feel like above and beyond. I know it came out of his office. The only thing I have an issue with is every time she says the dentist, oh my goodness, sorry, I'm getting used to them being smaller, dentist's name, I start chuckling. His name is McClure. Anybody who gets the reference, you know who I'm talking about, and I just hear Troy McClure in my head all the time. That is not actually his name, but his last name is McClure. And he has been really, really good and willing to work with me. And like today, when I just kind of laid it out on the line what was happening, he went right to work and he tried to fix what he could. And I gotta say, I'm actually surprised. I was petrified to go back to that place. I didn't want to give them any more money. And the more work he did, the happier I felt. Like my mouth, I wish you guys could be in my jaw. Like I was starting to get stiff jaw when I didn't have my teeth in because your mouth gets so used to it, and when you don't have them in, it closes more. So like I was starting to get like stiff jaw because they were so big. But he did a really good job. Like I actually feel like, I mean, granted, I feel like there's something in my mouth, but I don't feel as bulky as I did before. Yeah, I hate this that the bottom moves so much. I just, yeah, I don't know. It bothers me. But yeah. So anyway, I have to go in next week. He'll polish them up, and we'll discuss what it's gonna cost to do the teeth shortening on the top. And I think that this might work out in the long run. Hopefully, by August, I will be ready for that harder line, which I am so looking forward to, especially now that they have the teeth positioned right. I think it's going to be a lot nicer to eat. I mean, I'll let you guys know. It's going to be weird tonight because it's moving around and stuff. But, I mean, tomorrow when I've got the adhesive in, I'm actually going out for karaoke with my husband tomorrow night. Got the grandparents to agree to take the girls so that I can get out for a bit with my hubby, and we're going to have one of our friends, I suppose. My friend now. Well, was my friend, became his friend. We're all going out for appies and drinks and stuff, and I guess we'll see how they hold up during karaoke. That'll be the real test, because now I feel like I'll actually be able to sing. My mouth won't be like it's full of cotton or something. Anyway, I just really wanted to give you guys that update and let you know that apparently I'm a panicker, and I should have just booked this a while ago. He would have probably did this and fixed it, and I wouldn't have been so messed up for so long, you know? But anyway, I am out for today. The girls are starting to run around. Guardians of the Galaxy is no longer keeping them sitting still. Go figure. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you on the flip side.